noon. Focused on you.
As storm cleanup continues, Ameren is working to restore power to thousands. Thanks so much for joining us. I'm Cindy Stallworth. Kay Quinn has the day off. A storm on Friday and another on Saturday, causing widespread damage and thousands of power outages. Right now, about 70,000 homes are without power. Alex Fees has more on Ameren's effort to get it restored.
Ameren officials gave us an update on their power restoration efforts, which got underway this past weekend. They said they've determined that because of the path of the storm, they are focusing their efforts at this point in North St. Louis County, Mid-County, and portions of North St. Louis City. Also, Ameren officials say they have more than 600 resources on site around the St. Louis area assisting in this process. That includes a mutual assistance agreement they have with utilities from other parts of the country, including Ohio, Kansas, and the Kansas City region. Also, Ameren officials are focusing on safety, and they're reminding us that the threat of danger is not over just because the storm has passed.
Be aware of down power lines. Stay away from any down wires, and also remember that down wires can be hidden in that storm debris.
Ameren officials are aware of the fact that there is a possibility of more severe weather later this week. They say those utilities they are contracting with in the St. Louis area now are scheduled to remain until the work is done. Reporting in St. Anne, Alex Fees, 5 on your side.
Now, there's no word on when power will be fully restored to people over in the Metro East. Collinsville was one of the hardest hit areas, and at one point, the entire town of St. Libory was without power. The St. Clair County Emergency Management says trees have been uprooted, snapped, even tossed onto houses. There are no reports of injuries. 2 people died as a result of the storms over the weekend. 5-year-old Robert Lawrence was in his bedroom when a large tree fell onto his home in Jennings. Mark Maxwell continues our coverage. He talked with neighbors whose homes were also damaged in the storm.
The view from this front porch will never be the same.
We're sorry to hear, and we missed the kid.
Manuel Garza and his wife of 67 years have watched the North County neighborhood change slowly.
We've been here a long time, long before all the people around here.
But on Saturday afternoon, tragedy struck in an instant.
Yeah, we were sleeping upstairs.
An apparent lightning strike cut through a tree on the 5200 block of Hamilton in Jennings.
We heard boom or something, but we just turned around the other way.
Tree branches crashed through their roof.
All that came down.
Leaving his house in ruins.
Yeah, that's my key.
Upstairs.
Okay, come on.
It was even worse.
There you go.
But fortunately for the Garzas,
this was a guest room.
The tree crashed through the only unoccupied bedroom in their house.
Yeah. We've been lucky so far. Other places hit and we never, it was okay, and then here, boom.
His next-door neighbors weren't so lucky.
They got trapped. The babies got trapped.
Caution tape covers the front porch. Carnage in the backyard.
And look at the size of the damn thing.
Neighbors are still reeling from the shock of the impact.
He got hit by lightning. We heard lightning and all that stuff, and then that one is the one that hit the house where the kids were sleeping. Oh. They got trapped in there and they were yelling. And the lady couldn't do nothing.
St. Louis County Police and firefighters arrived to find the 5-year-old pinned under the tree.
I could hear him and I said, well, they're going to get him out. And later on, he got quiet. He said, no, he died.
Neighbors called him RJ.
Yeah, he was a real nice kid, pobrecito, pero...
Emergency responders rescued his unconscious body from under that tree, but he was declared dead at a hospital nearby, leaving his neighbors wrestling to make sense of the cruelty of chance.
Well, we just got to hold on for dear life. What can we do?
A GoFundMe page for the family has raised more than $1,400, and you can find that link on KSDK.com. A 33-year-old woman died after being hit by an uprooted tree in the Grove. The tree fell on top of a car while she was inside. A nearby business owner says one of her employees tried to save the woman as calls to 911 went unanswered. St. Louis's Department of Public Safety tells us in a statement they are, quote, investigating the circumstances that led to this incident. Now take a look at this scene in Shrewsbury. Crews are working to repair this water main break on Murdoch. Right now, there's no timetable on when it'll get done. Also this afternoon, a boil advisory is in effect for parts of North St. Louis. Now you still need to boil your water before drinking it in Hamilton Heights, Kingsway West, and Wells Goodfellow neighborhoods. Last night, the St. Louis Water Division lifted the boil advisory in Midtown and South City. The boil advisory went into effect Saturday night after the Chain of Rocks water treatment plant temporarily lost power during the storm. Now, if the storms damaged your home or your property, we've made it easy for you to find resources in your area. Just text the word resources to 314-425-5355 and we'll send you a link with that information straight to your phone. More storms are possible this week. Let's get on over to our meteorologist, Jim Casillo, with the Weather First forecast. Jim, you are watching these storms firsthand.
Yeah, you know, Sydney, Wednesday is the next day where we have some scattered severe storm chances in here, and I'll time that out coming up in Weather First forecast here. So we've got a really nice day today, nice and calm, and yesterday a few passing showers throughout the area. Today, can't rule out an isolated shower or storm, but right now at the Missouri Botanical Garden, you can see the Chihulies out there. They had a rough night on Saturday, of course, and it looks like the 4th of July forecast pretty good too. So today and tomorrow, only isolated storms, and after 5 p.m., you lose a daytime heating, so we're not expecting any rain chances at 7 p.m. tomorrow night. And temperatures very hot, about 90. So without the power, anyone without power, that is hot, and it's going to remain humid. So 89 right now, almost 90, and that dew point about 66. So humidity at 46%. And there's a little bit of activity on the radar. I'll show you that, plus time out the severe weather chances Wednesday coming up. Sydney?
All right, thank you so much, Jim. Be sure to take a look at this mess left behind after the heavy rains in Chicago. The National Weather Service says up to 6 inches of rain fell in suburban areas by midday yesterday. Illinois State Police say part of Interstates 55 and 290 closed at one point because of the flooding. Crews had to help at least 10 drivers escape their cars after getting trapped by the water. Imagine getting off a roller coaster and seeing this. The park that had to immediately shut down a famous ride because of a giant crack ahead. Plus, Missouri farmers dealing with drought, the dangers that they face as they try to protect their crops.